there, YouTube. It's Patty Watch Patty Melt. Happy Tuesday, April 21st. Hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to come to you because today's actually my week 53. So I celebrated my 1-year surgiversary last Wednesday, April 15th, tax day. And sorry I didn't come to you guys last week. I know many of you have probably seen on Facebook my niece who had been sick, and many of you had reached out on YouTube as well. So if you haven't heard, my niece passed away last Tuesday. She, as maybe you know, had been struggling for quite a while, and she went septic in the last 10 days of her life. And so the sepsis overtook her body, and a decision had to be made last Tuesday because she was not going to be able to sustain her life whatsoever on her own ever. And not just that, just trying to keep her going. She was losing blood at a very, very rapid pace. So decision had to be made, and so she did pass away. And it's been one of the hardest things for our family, obviously, and just really, really tough because she did have some suffering in the end, and it was very painful for her. So hard to see, and that was coming off of WLSFA the weekend prior to. I wasn't sure if I was going to make WLSFA because everything going on, but after talking to my family, they're like, just go and enjoy. And so I did, and probably wasn't completely engaged in WLSFA as I would have liked to have been with people and so forth. I just felt a little bit kind of pulled in different directions in my mind, but it was a very, very good time at WLSFA. So anyways, it was great to meet a lot of new people, and there's just so many wonderful people in this community, and it was fun, it was interesting, it was it was all those good things. So it was nice to actually see people who obviously we all connect with on YouTube and Facebook. And let's see, people as far as interaction and so forth, it was good. I think other people have mentioned in their videos, it's kind of hard when there's so many people you want to meet and so many people you want to have quality conversations with, and there's just not enough time to do that. And then you kind of get into your group of people who you're familiar with, or maybe had surgiversaries around you and so forth, and everyone has their different little pack that they're with, which is all fine and dandy. Everyone comes together, and it's a good mix of people. But unfortunately, there's just not enough time to always have those quality conversations that you want to have with everyone and that you've always wanted to connect with. So, but that's okay. Those people can make separate meetings and so forth. So anyways, I'm coming to you with my 1-year, 1-week update. What had come to you last week, my weight is exactly the same as it was last week. So let me start with the beginning of my journey. I started, my highest weight was in October of 2013. 2013 at 360 pounds. My day of surgery, I was 290, and that was April 15th, 2014. 1 year later, I am now sitting at a weight of 187 pounds. So I have lost a total of 173 pounds. And from my number goal, I'm about 7 pounds away. So I want to lose absolutely 1/2 of my body weight in this. So I'm really excited to be within, striking distance of that, and hoping to go maybe a little bit lower, maybe down to the 170 to 175 range. Don't really know for sure if I'm going to do that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to be quite honest. But would like to see that number just for the sake of, not that I want to have a BMI that's normal, but it would be great because every year we have to do a health screening for my husband for our insurance. And anyways, with that, they do take our BMI, and of course my BMI has always been off the Richter scale. But if I can get my weight to 174, I'll be normal and fill all the criteria and be green in every area that they measure. So they measure about 5 different areas, and based on how many areas you fit the bill in, which pretty much has been never before. Last summer I finally fit the bill in a few of those areas, but it would be great because insurance is less our premiums are less based on how many criteria you meet. So I try and do that. So anyways, guys, I hope this isn't a somber video. It's just really, really hard with, I'm just heartbroken, and it's been a really hard time. And I don't even know what to say. I just I'm just heartbroken, and my family's heartbroken, and just the way everything happened and occurred. I mean, death is never a good experience, but you typically, I mean, of course, depending on, you know, your belief system and so forth, I'm very, very thankful that she is peaceful now, and I know where she is, and I'm not worried about her at all in that sense anymore. I'm just you know, just the whole process and how it affects your family overall is just really, really hard, and it's taken its toll. You know, we all have different thoughts and so forth, and we all express those, and it's just been hard. So anyways, gosh, I wish, here's my 1-year video, and I'm just wish it was upbeat, but I'm just having a tough time, and I think everyone can understand that. You know, I'll give you a 1-year body shot. How about that? This is what I look like at 187. I'm probably not wearing I'm not wearing a form-fitting outfit or anything like that. So, it's just kind of this is a really flowy dress. So, yeah, oh gosh, and it's not really very becoming either here, because it's like a big, huge shirt thing. So anyways, but this is me, 187 pounds, and, another thing about WLSFA is meeting people in person. Everyone is so much smaller. Well, I should say almost everyone is smaller in person than they appear on their videos. And I would say that for those people, some people were just about the same as they appear on their videos. But most people, I would say 90%, were smaller in person than I imagined. So it was interesting, you know, hey, the camera does add some weight. Let's see. Things that I'm eating right now, or what a typical day is like for me. I try to stay, my doctor wanted me to get to 1,200 calories. Most days I do that. I'm right around there, between like 1,100 and 1,300 calories a day. I typically start my day with, in the morning I have a hot cocoa that's a high protein. It's actually Lindora hot cocoa. It has 12 grams of protein in it, and I really like that. So I usually will start the morning with that. And then a couple hours later, I will have a protein shake, so a Premier Protein. So that gets me 42, you know, by the time it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. And then for lunch, I'll usually eat a little something, maybe some cheese and some vegetables and some meat of some sort, maybe a salad. Afternoon, I'll usually have a Quest bar, so that's another 20 grams of protein. So between my lunch, which I usually have probably about 10 to 12 minimum grams of protein, sometimes more, and then the morning, so that was, that's 42, 12, so that was 58, plus then my 20 for my Quest bar, that puts me at 78 grams. And then for dinner, I'll usually have, my daughter's really good about making something that's just healthy and protein loaded for me, and she'll usually make a little subset for me. And so I get another probably a good 10 grams of protein in there. So sometimes she'll make like, I'm trying to think of the chicken tikka masala, which is an Indian dish. And I don't eat rice yet or anything like that. I do eat vegetables, and I have had a little bit of bread here and there, and like crackers sometimes, but not much. As far as starch goes, the only thing I will eat typically is a potato of some sort. And then my dessert is always the same thing. Well, it's always one of a couple things. I either get frozen yogurt or wheat from Yogurtland, or I have Fudgesicle Fudge Pops. And I usually have two. They're 40 calories each. They're the no sugar added, and I just love those. I have those every night. I love to snack on nuts throughout the day, so I'll either have almonds or pistachios. I really like the salt and pepper flavored pistachios, or the chili flavored. I love spicy. Let's see, what are some other snacks? I do chew gum. That's the one rule that I definitely break. And recently I have drank through a straw a couple of times, but that's not something I'm going to do on a consistent basis. Sometimes that's just out of convenience for a public situation. Let's see. So yeah, that's pretty much where my calories and my protein end up. I get around 90 plus grams of protein per day, and still keeping the carbs, trying to keep the carbs relatively low. I have had them come back in recently. I'm trying to even out where that I'm ultimately going to end up as far as carbs go. So boy, I feel like this is such a scattered video, and I apologize. So that's pretty much all my food. Love salads too. Well, make salad like a buffalo chicken salad is really, really good. But it's just, my restriction is still really tight most days. Now, what I do notice is about a week before my cycle, I get scared because I feel like, oh my gosh, I can eat and eat and eat and eat. And then boom, as soon as my cycle starts, it just tightens back up. Or if I'm under severe stress, it is really, really tight. So it's just a little bit hormonal, I think, for me on the restriction. Excuse me here, I'm rubbing up against my chair here. Kind of sounds foul. Anyways, and then my restriction is more in the morning than it is later in the day. So that's why I eat, a little bit more later on in the day. And I still am fortunate enough at this point that I still do not feel hunger pains. I have yet to feel a hunger pain. So that's why I eat so many times during the day, because I don't feel hungry. So I know I need to eat. And maybe it's because I eat all the time, but I never wake up in the morning going, oh, I'm hungry. Or if sometimes I've had a lapse for some reason in food, I've still not felt hungry. So that's good for me. I'm going to cut this short, guys. I do have a couple more videos I want to make for my 1 year. I still want to redo my letter that I did last year. Want to come to you with a little bit more highlights on SSFA. And the big impacts the big takeaways from that event and so forth. And I also want to just wish all my surgery sisters, the real Share Bear and Elizabeth, you guys, it's been a year and we've just grown in our friendship, and I'm so proud of you ladies and happy to call you my dear friends. And I also wanted to congratulate Christy Collins on her surgery. And then this morning, Sleeve McQueen, Monica, had her surgery. So not this morning, this afternoon. So she's probably getting ready to make her first post-surgery video right now. So wishing you all well. And again, thank you for your kindness and support and prayers and thoughts. It's all really appreciated, and love you guys dearly. Talk soon. Bye.